Hi, my name is Justine Dowler. So, if someone asks you what the internet has done to society, what would you say? One personal response I get a lot is that it has changed it for the better. More communication upon different countries, between different countries, more communication all around. It has revolutionized technology, and that it is never so fast within such a short amount of time period that it has never been done before. Another answer I get a lot is that it is unhealthy in a lot of ways, especially for children and future generations. I get that argument a lot, but one argument I want to look at specifically is an educated opinion. Jaron Lanier, he made a book about it. 10 arguments on why you should delete your social media account right now. And it is the #1 bestseller in social aspects of the internet on Amazon. In this work, he explains why the internet is unhealthy, specifically certain parts. Now, we're going to give a brief summary of the whole book, just for context, as well as delve specifically into his fourth argument, titled "Social Media is Undermining Truth." Now, we're going to dissect this particular section in the book, validate its argument, add to it, and see how it resonates with reality.
Jaron Lanier has taken on the almost impossible task of trying to convince the masses the poison that social media has become to society. He effectively takes on this task in several arguments in his book, in which he includes the influence social media has had on society, that people are losing their free will, creating assholes, undermining truth, losing meaning in what people say, a loss of empathy, happiness, economic dignity, amongst other arguments. Lanier's objective is to help people understand the illusion that has been created by social media. While people may feel more connected, in reality people are being lied to. The truth has been twisted to better suit companies and the bummer machine. One of Lanier's stronger arguments is his fourth argument, describing the component of bummer and how social media is undermining truth. Lanier's argument describes the multitude of fake profiles that have flooded social media and has massively influenced the way people can perceive truth on social media and outside of it. The bummer machine has created algorithmic tendencies to influence the way people see information, what that information is, whether true or not. Unfortunately, the information being pushed at people through social media and all of these components is not genuine to the best interests or nature of the individual, but in the genuine interest of companies pushing the fake profiles. What these companies have taken advantage of is the speed at which information can be shared. So these liars create an illusion of truth through the system, ultimately taking advantage of the propaganda law. Repeat a lie often enough, and it becomes the truth. When Jason Lanier released his book, he even affirms in his own research that the majority of social media companies cannot track or account for the number of fake accounts bombarding the platforms. This information is not only alarming, but unacceptable.
Hi, my name is Kaylee, and I'm going to be telling you one of the reasons that Group 2 supports Lanier's fourth argument. I'm going to be focusing on the power struggle that we endure, as well as the post-truth philosophy and how it relates back to his essay. Now, his fourth essay hits heavily on fakery and how it's mass manipulating the world as we perceive it. When you do not see the real world anymore, and you just see the fake, what is me? What is the behavioral manipulation of bummer? What's a lie? It is difficult to speak the truth, for although there is only one truth, it is alive and therefore has a live and changing face. These words by Franz Kafka is a great example of how bummer takes the truth and changes it constantly. We have no control of how bummer uses our posts to instigate negative effects on others as well as ourselves. Bummer creates so many versions of the truth that it is no longer the truth, but a shell of what our original intentions were. We're losing our context. We're losing ourselves. Our ideal standards of living are becoming ridiculous. We're trying to live up to something that we're never going to get to because it's not real. It's not in our realm. It's just a fantasy. Social media is leading to increased effects of negativity because more often than not, We can't get these fantasies. We're living in the post-truth. And post-truth is defined as a term relating to or denoting circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion that appeals to emotion and personal belief. Breaking it down, post-truth is fake news with just enough information to sound like the truth. It's going to appeal to your emotions. It's going to appeal to your interests. Just enough to get you. It's believable on some level. When we participate in social media, we are actively feeding ourselves this fakery. It is not intentional, but it is in everything on social media. We no longer see straight facts. We see what Bummer wants us to see. Its algorithms show us specific things, specific ads and different links. It's just trying to get a rise out. It's trying to get the most reaction possible. We joke about having personal FBI agent when we see ads online for something we were just talking about or searching for on Amazon, but the reality is it is Bummer collecting our information and using it against us any way it can. Bummer's goal is to make money and collect information. Its goal is to use us for everything it can. No one likes to be used or manipulated. We agree with Lanier when he states, I'm criticizing a power relationship. I'm not proposing a theory of authenticity. In our social media accounts, we do not hold the power. Bummer does. Our group says take back the power. Take back control of your life and see how you grow. Just grow into yourself. Become your most authentic self. See what else is out there for you, because there's so much more than a screen. Lanier says delete your social media. And we agree. And if not deleting it, just moderate it, Just see what you can find outside of the screen.
The fourth reason that we support Lanier's argument is because of the effects that social media has on truth. In a perfect world, the truth would be an indisputable fact, and there would be no arguing with it. However, this is not the case on social media and Bummer platforms. These platforms are corrupting you by changing your perception of truth using bots, algorithms, and other false forms of intelligence like fake accounts to help spread misinformation and fake news. The first way that social media undermines the truth is through the use of bots. Bots are a great way for spreading misinformation and fake news. Bots are both very efficient as well as very effective at spreading misinformation. Bots are so efficient because they can spread a lot of false information very quickly. Bots are a polarized group on many social media platforms that seek to spread misinformation as quickly as possible, with little or no evidence to support their claims. Bots are a very powerful tool and can have a huge influence on society. The second way social media undermines the truth is by using algorithms to spread fake news. This is something that is quite prevalent on Facebook. As discussed in previous parts of the book, social media is driven on emotions. This is something that Facebook tries to tap into with its groups. Facebook algorithms are what brings these people together, and they use Facebook and other social media as an outlet to spread fear and hatred in society. The issue with these groups is that there are no checks and balances, and they are not monitored by Facebook. This allows for these Facebook groups and those who follow them to become chaotic and divisive. The third way that social media undermines the truth is through AI, and in particular fake accounts. Fake accounts are often used by websites and corporations to help spread fake information about a given good or service. Businesses or corporations will create fake accounts and give good reviews on a product in the hopes that it will convince others to buy their product. This is unfair to consumers and does not allow them to make an accurate decision when it comes to purchasing a good or service. The truth has been misconstrued by social media and Bummer platforms. These platforms use bots, algorithms, and AI to spread false information across social media. The best way to avoid this false information is by deleting your social media accounts, as Lanier would suggest.
Jaron Lanier makes a strong argument, and as Kelly says, he challenges the masses to think and act differently. As these Bummer platforms grow larger and larger, it is easy to see how dangerous all this misinformation can spread so easily. It is hard to find someone on anywhere that doesn't own a social media platform. It is more uncommon that you don't own a social media platform in America, from what I've seen. And as these Bummer platforms get more and more popular, especially Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, those Bummer platforms, they get more and more popular with the youth, and they become a target for the consumer market, unfortunately. And all this can change them at a young age. It is very scary to think about. I think I can vouch for myself and for the others when I agree with Lanier and I say, delete your social media accounts. And if not that, Moderate the use.